So I want to talk now that we know, why should we even bother about Pinterest? Is Pinterest right for you? What the kind of sales funnels, what the kind of things that work well to sell on Pinterest? Now I want to talk to you about the key ingredients to growing an audience. How do you drive traffic using Pinterest? What are the key things you should focus on to really make a difference in terms of driving traffic? And the reason why I want to talk about this today is there is so much outdated information about Pinterest. I'm literally pulling my hair just hearing about that. There are so many myths about Pinterest, outdated information, hacks that are not ethical. If you try to game the platform, it'll just come back to bite you, right? Pinterest can shut down your account if you're doing some black hat stuff and you're not ethical in your behavior. And it's really because people fall for those kind of very small tactical things that don't really move the needle. And I really want to elevate the conversation. I really want, as smart business and owners and smart and savvy business owners, what are the not eight, four big key ingredients you really need to focus on and really kind of put your, whatever that word escaped me, and really just kind of say, okay, these are the four things that will be making a difference in driving more traffic for free, organically using Pinterest. So that's what I want to talk about here. So the four keys to success, and I'll talk about each in more details. But the first is keywords. The second is your graphics. The third is fresh content. That's a new piece of information that's relatively recent, so I'll talk more about that. And automation. These are really the four big strategic pieces to focus on when using Pinterest. The rest is just noise. It's just small little things that won't really make a difference in your business, in getting traffic. Okay? So let's talk a bit more about the first one, keywords. Now, keywords, as I mentioned earlier, are much simpler to use on Pinterest than on Google and on YouTube SEO. Much simpler, because when I mention keywords, people go, oh no, SEO, it's so complex, I don't want to do it. And it's not that hard on Pinterest. You just need to know how to do it, but you don't need any like complex tools. All the tools that I use are free and easily accessible. It's just, you need just the knowledge of how to use Pinterest SEO. And actually, if you're already someone that's already familiar and already using Google SEO or YouTube SEO, there is a lot of overlap between Pinterest and Google and YouTube SEO. So you could actually very well, with a few exceptions, but most of the time it works quite well, you could actually use your Google SEO and Pinterest SEO and combine them together and just multiply your traffic with very few tweaks. And the same for YouTube SEO. There's a lot of overlap. So I don't want to scare you when I say keywords. It's simple. You just need to know how. Okay. The second key are graphics. Now, graphics on Pinterest have to be optimized for Pinterest. They have to be vertical, 2:3 ratio. So it could be like, for example, 1,000 pixels by 1,500 pixels. That work well. It's actually the recommended size by Pinterest. And the reasons why your pins and your graphics are so important on Pinterest is that really when somebody scrolls, that's the only thing they see, your image. So if your image does not act like right away grab the attention of the pinner, they just won't pin. They just won't click through. They won't go through and click through to your site. Um, and the more that people click through on your pins to your site, the more that people reshare your pins, the more that Pinterest algorithm will send traffic your way. They'll be, hey, that pin is really popular. Our Pinterest users are really enjoying that pin. They're really enjoying the content. They're clicking through, they're saving it to their board, they're sharing it. So let's start showing it to more and more people. And that's how you create a viral pin. That's how you start just exploding your traffic. It starts by keywords. That's how you get found in Pinterest search engine, right? If you want to target urban gardening, but nowhere on your pin is mentioned urban gardening, it's not going to work, right? So you got to make sure you're targeting the keyword. That's how you're going to come up in the search engine. And then once actually people click on your pin, and the more they click, the more Pinterest will show it to more people. The more people click on it and save it and reshare it, the more the Pinterest search engine will show it to more and more and more people. So the best way for creating killer graphics that are just like, click worthy and people just want to click right through it is by leveraging proven templates. This way you can not only make sure that you're optimizing for clicks, but also that you're creating, that you can quickly create them, right? You don't want to waste, spend all this time recreating pins every single time. You can just quickly use a template and just add your images in there, just tweak the title of it, and you're good to go, right? So make sure that you're using proven templates. There's a lot of templates out there that are not optimized for clicks, so make sure that you are very well aware of the source of where you're using templates. I offer, of course, Pinterest templates that have been optimized, but I just want to make sure whether you buy from me or not. That's not the point here. What I want to say is I want to make sure that you are leveraging templates that are proven. Okay. So those templates in Canva that the Canva people have produced, they're not optimized. I don't know why. They're not optimized for clicks, most of them, unfortunately. So make sure you're getting templates from a proven, like a Pinterest expert, okay? The next thing, the third key to success, and that's really important, and it's a relatively new thing. More and more, Pinterest has been focusing on fresh content. They want to reward people that create more content. What was happening in the past is that some pins would just get so popular, they would just stay at the top of the search engine forever and ever and ever. And sometimes they would be outdated, but they would still be staying there. And so it kind of made, in some cases, the platform stale for some keywords. So how Pinterest went ahead and addressed that is they're tweaking the search engine. It is very new. It's actually of this February 2020, they're implementing changes and they're rewarding fresh content more and more and more on Pinterest. So, and let me know, had you heard about that, right? So it's a brand new piece of information and not a lot of people know about it. And again, it's a point, if you're actually going and looking at old, outdated blog posts, they won't mention that to you. So it's really important to make sure that you're getting your information from non-updated places. All right, so back to this. Okay, fresh content. The way that Pinterest considers fresh content, it can be a new weekly piece of content on your website. It could be like a blog post, a video, or a live stream, or a podcast. Something new that you're adding to your website and that you're linking Pinterest to it through the use of a pin. Or you're creating, that's a very good trick for you, okay, if you didn't know about this, or you create new pin graphics that lead to existing or older piece of content. So you may have content, on your website that you wrote 2 months ago, 2 years ago, a year ago, and they're kind of collecting dust there. The content is still very good, but they're not getting any traction and they're not getting a lot of visits because they're kind of sitting at the bottom of your website, right? In terms of, in the series of blog posts. What you could do is actually create new pin graphics for those blog posts and start sharing that on Pinterest to drive more traffic to those older content. So that just overall, instead of going and creating new content all the time, right, a whole new video, a whole new blog post, you can simply spend about 5 minutes and create 5 pins, and start driving more traffic to this old piece of content, right? So that's how you can start seeing how you can really revive your older content, and as well really kind of snowball your traffic using Pinterest, because not only does your pin drive traffic on average for about 3.5 months, but you can also use your pins to revive old blog posts, right? So it just becomes this great machine of traffic, of organic traffic, that you can't achieve anything similar on Facebook or Instagram or Google for that matter. And the last key to success is automation. Pinterest is one of the very few platforms that I'm aware of that does not penalize businesses or content creators for using an automation tool. Now, it has to be an approved automation tool. And actually, Pinterest works very closely with Tailwind app. So Tailwind, and that's the automation tool that I recommend. It's just a beauty of a tool. It's relatively inexpensive. It's like, I think, $10 a month. And you can try it for free. And it really allows you to save so much time. You can seriously schedule all of your pins for the entire week. I schedule mine for the entire month, actually. I just want to go there once a month. But you can go in once a week and it'll take you maximum 30 minutes for scheduling your pins and driving all of this great traffic. It's really important for saving time. And why do I talk about saving time when we're talking about driving Pinterest traffic? Because I know that consistency is difficult, right? We've got so much to do as course creators, as coaches and experts and service providers, right? We've got so much to do and it can get overwhelmed. And if you're thinking of adding one more platform on your things that you do in terms of promoting your and getting more traffic, I want to make sure that it is made in a way for you that's sustainable, in a way that you'll be able to keep consistency. And the only way to achieve that is through automation, and making sure that you can share your pins in the background, right? It's just done automatically for you. So that's why automation is so key. Because if you have to go every day and share manually on the Pinterest app, guess what's going to happen? Things happen in your life. One day you're going to miss it. And then the next thing you know, you missed a week. And then the next thing you know, you missed a month, right? So it's not consistent, and then your traffic will suffer. So the best way to be consistent and to make Pinterest sustainable in a very, very efficient way, I use Pinterest to drive about 80% of my traffic, and I spend 30 minutes a week on scheduling my pins. Like I said, I do it on a monthly basis, but it comes out to about 30 minutes per week, and then another few minutes for creating pins, and that's it. All right, so that's sustainable in my book. For getting that much traffic, it is worth my time investment, or you can actually ask your VA to do that for you. It's absolutely worth it. All right. So let me grab some water.